Hello, we are the Green Teens team from British School Sofia, and this is George, Mitko, Nikki, Itamar, and Krishna. So for this year's project, we wanted to kind of respond to global trends and be as healthy as possible and as recyclable and as environmentally friendly as we possibly could. Global Social Leaders. As a class of grade 11, we decided to join the Global Social Leaders competition, and that is all about trying to resolve a global issue in a perhaps a more eco-friendly way. And so global issues include such as like dehydration, lack of water, lack of education everywhere. And for our project, we wanted to be eco-friendly. It's a big reoccurring theme at BSS, and we have now proceeded to the semi-final. And our whole idea is to make compost and to use this compost to provide very sufficient soil that's healthy and very flourishing to the younger kids, so that they can plant their own little plants. And our whole big project is about them planting cherry tomatoes and strawberries, and they're going to be doing that here through our soil. And as we want to do this as a community, and therefore we want to engage as much as possible, and hopefully one day they can learn from this and use it in their future for great benefits. So we decided for this year's process we wanted to make a compost. And basically, before we had to do the compost, we kind of needed to promote the way of thinking that we need for this. And it's important that we don't just look at it as a project. We kind of wanted to bring a very futuristic approach to this. So it was important that we considered the aspects in the future of this. And we did quite a bit of this. We did maybe a month or two until we got into the right mindset. And then from all those lessons, we gathered the best of the best. So us five. We have recently started the compost project as well. We've now presented our project to the grade 2s and grade 1 and grade 2, and we've explained to them what compost is. So it's important to start recycling this from now, and it's very important because if you recycle good, the air that we breathe is going to be a lot cleaner, and the cleaner the air, the longer we get to live, right? Because without air we cannot live. So that's very important that we start doing this from now. We wanted to involve the younger ones because obviously this is a global issue, and a lot of the younger kids do not really connect with this issue, and we wanted to introduce it to them at a young age. Because we're going to be doing this in their backyard, we wanted their help with it, and because we obviously cannot be here every day, we have school, we have our own assignments to do, they'll be here every day. So our whole idea is to be one big team, but officially we'll do most of the work. We are just going to show them how the whole process works, so hopefully in the future they can learn from us, the students, and hopefully do their own project in the future one day. In the sun we're going to leave it entirely open like this, so because the two most important ingredients to this happen are water and sun. It needs a lot of sun and it needs a lot of water.
So we've just initiated the second phase of our project, where first of all so far we've made 3-4 compost bins, which were fairly successful in our building, and now we're moving on to the second stage where we're communicating our ideas to the younger kids, grade 1 and 2, because we hope that by educating the younger generation and the lower grades, that this can become a permanent trend at BSS. And we want to really emphasize the importance of being eco-friendly and being conscious about these global issues. So here today we just presented to all the grade 1s and 2s about our project and what they can do to help. And soon we're going to install a compost bin here as well, where they can come to it regularly and update it, and they too can also help in this whole project. But our main goal with this is for it not to only be a project, but to be one big global initiative where it's not only us doing the work, it's also the younger generation, and maybe one day when they're in grade 11, they can also do this with the future grade 2s.